And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look here at the visitors. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And, of course, there's the Pistons. They have a lot of ground to make up. Now the starting group for the visitors. Brandon Miller out there with Fred VanVleet. Then it's Duren. Then it's Bird. And it's Bull in at the power forward position. And for the Pistons, Thompson and Harris are their forwards. The backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. And it's Stewart in at the 5. Here in this stage of the season, Greg, what can struggling teams do to better themselves?
You mean besides make a big trade move? I mean, I think about lineups and schemes. You have to look at what you can control and really establish your identity.
Now here is Harris. Cunningham outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Cunningham against VanVleet. Miller outside. Pass to Bird. Bull kicks to VanVleet. 5 on the clock. Bird right side. Over Thompson. And Bird with the basket on the assist from VanVleet.
Just such great consistency on that jump shot. Even though he's not always squared up, Bird terrific in the catch-and-shoot game.
Now here's Thompson. Now here is Harris. Over Bull. From 13 feet, it goes down. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Cunningham against VanVleet. To the paint. And Duren slams it in.
Well, that is a solid screen by Duren. And then the big man rolls right into scoring position.
Here's Cunningham. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. And Thompson kicks to Harris. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Harris has got 5 points so far.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Yeah, if you can hit that with regularity, it opens up the floor so much more.
Now, here is Bird. And he really played well against Denver. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Duren. It's hauled in by Stewart. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Thompson finds Cunningham. And Detroit again with the bucket.
And I like how composed Cunningham is. Lets the game and his shots come to him.
And you look at Asar Thompson, coach, already imposing at the defensive end of the floor.
He certainly is, Kevin. And that's what they got him to do. But it's the offensive end where he has to make strides, especially in his three-point shooting. It's problematic for a perimeter player who struggles to get the ball in the basket.
Here's Ivy. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
To the inside. Knocked away. And stolen by Thompson. And now the Pistons fast break. Ivy with it. And it's Miller picking him up. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
Gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Now here's VanVleet. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Miller against Ivy. That's tipped and stolen by Ivy. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. High arcing shot. Can't capitalize inside. Miller, that's for 2. It's good.
Well, you can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
The Pistons have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Thompson's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Here's Van Vliet. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd. And that's obviously easier said than done.
Well, on the road, your defense needs to withstand runs from the other side. And that wasn't the case for them.
Now Van Vliet following the miss by Larry Bird from deep. Miller inside, guarded by Harris. Duran the pass to Miller. Duran sets the screen for Miller. Duran, no good. Another shot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, a lottery pick back in 2022. Jalen Duran brings energy to this team. A big frame, toughness down low.
First trip to the line for him here.
And 74%, so-so. He probably wouldn't mind seeing it a little bit higher.
That one is off. Stand for 4 seasons. You were the head coach of the Detroit Pistons, and we were just talking the other day. What a great sports city Detroit is.
Oh, I absolutely loved my time in Detroit. I've still got 2 kids who live in the area, and great, great, great sports fans. Hardworking people that really value hardworking teams, and if you are one, they will be behind you all the way.
Now, here's Cunningham. Last game he had 28 points. Coach, it didn't take long for Cade Cunningham to establish himself as the leader of this team.
Well, Kevin, he's very mature for his age. He was put in a position with all young guys around him, so he had to step up. And I've never heard Cade Cunningham blame anyone else for the team's struggles. He's got everything you could want in a team leader.
And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor. And he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements and become a real factor on the floor.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Van Vliet outside. Bol, a screen on Cunningham. Van Vliet passes to Bol. Basket good.
Yeah, inside, Bol does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Harris outside. Back to Cunningham. Ivy, no one around him. Traps in the tray.
Oh, how about the quick thinking by Ivy? I love when he goes right at it with the shot.
And here is Van Vliet. He has yet to score. Here's Bol over Harris. Bol getting it done. What a move that time.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Harris looking it over. Back to Cunningham. Stolen by Bird. Van Vliet kicks to Bird. Down low. Here's Bol. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Well, the players will say, mouse in the house. Great job to use his size to expose the smaller defender inside.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. All Reed's checked in for Stewart, and it's Beasley in for Tobias Harris.
And like his father, Manute, Bol's combination of size and scoring is very unique. The key for him is just staying healthy.
Now, here's Ivy. Last game we saw him score 14, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Holland, he's checked in for Reed. Here's Christie. His last outing, he had 8 points. Back to Bowl. Over Thompson. Rebounded by the Pistons.
And two teams here that were evenly matched a season ago as they split the season series.
As a playmaker, Ivy has an interesting upside. If he continues to develop those skills, he'd only increase his value.
Here's Van Vliet, following the bucket by the Pistons. Bull with it. He has 7. That's good from Van Vliet on the assist by Bull.
And you have to appreciate the confidence. Van Vliet wastes no time shooting the rock when he is in that groove.
Beasley with the screen on Van Vliet. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Van Vliet deciding where to go with it. Bird outside. Just 5 to shoot. This one for 3. Thompson with the rebound. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. They trail by 1. Inside. No good from Beasley. Gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Bird, the pass to Duren. 3-pointer. And Duren slams it in.
Well, positioning and size win Duren the offensive rebound, which he then cashes in on.
Pistons have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Been on fire lately. Let's take a look at your Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Larry Bird.
And having a small forward on the wing of his caliber just opens up so many things for your team. A lot of attention is paid to him, and with the stretch he's had, even more will be coming his way.
Detroit with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Schroeder kicks to Beasley. Christie against Ivy. Holland. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Being 56% in this first quarter, an outstanding start for this offense. It's tipped, and they get it back. Pass to Christie. Wagner with it. Back to Van Vliet. Clock at 4. The offensive rebound. Oh, wow! What a great move inside.
That is incredible. That is what they want from Duren. Spike it, young fella.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Pistons trail by 5. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Obviously, the Pistons in the midst of a long rebuild. 2 seasons in a row at the bottom of the league standings. Last season, they had the worst record in this once proud franchise's history. That counts the record-setting 28-game losing streak that they had. It's pretty clear that this could be a long road back to redemption. Kevin?
Yeah, could is the operative word. This could be indeed. David, thank you.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
And the Pistons making a change here. Harris is checked in. Now here's Pippen. Pass to Christie. Over Beasley. Christie can't make it.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Holland. Detroit, no good that time either. Gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Here's Caruso on the money from 12 feet away.
Well, you don't see Caruso take these shots much, but that doesn't mean he'll pass on the chance to score.
Pass to Holland. Here's Ivy, poked loose, and stolen by Wagner. Here's Simmons, now Caruso. Trying to get open is Pippen. Caruso, no good. Beasley outside. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That's on Ben Simmons.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Detroit making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. 1:30 left in the first quarter. Doing well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Simmons, the bounce pass. Wagner against Harris. And it's Pippen in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Wagner. Over Harris. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Well, nice pass there. Setting up Wagner in a good position.
Schroeder against Pippen. Harris outside. Pass to Beasley. It's not going to go for him. If they play the clock right, they can go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Right wing. Right at the free throw line. It's rebounded by Schroeder.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, he just couldn't get it done.
Here's Holland. Guarded by Simmons. Schroeder passes to Holland. Back to Schroeder. Caruso against Beasley. And he comes up with the deuce. Beasley's got his second basket of the game. Here's Christie. Over Beasley. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Up by 1. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
Bird out there with Mo Wagner. And it's Alex Caruso. Then there's Christie, and it's Pippen in at the point.
This is just what Bird does. He makes shooting from range look easy.
And slam dunk by Harris.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Now here's Pippen. Hasn't made one yet. Bird passes to Pippen. Count that one.
And Bird gets a lot of love for his scoring ability, but he's also an outstanding passer for his position.
Pistons trail by 4. Now Schroeder. Pass to Hardaway. Over to the left wing. Clock at 6. Takes the 3. Hits it from three-point range.
Yeah, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now, here's Pippen. Caruso finds Bird. Pass to Wagner. It's stolen by Harris. To the middle, all by himself.
The vision of Hardaway Jr. He scanned the floor and found his teammate.
Gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. They double-team Bird. Here's Christie. Great play by Bird to set it up. Bird's got 4 assists now tonight.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Now here's Schroeder. 8 points his last outing. Out left to the wing. Shot from 12. Hardaway, no good.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. To the inside. Here's Christie. Good on the triple. Christie's got 6 in the quarter. You know, Stan, when I think of you as a coach, I think defense. So let me put you on the spot as you assess the wing defenders in the NBA right now. Who are some of the top 2 or 3 that you notice?
Well, look, there's so many good ones. My favorite right now is Lou Dort because he's so strong, he's so disciplined, and he has an amazing ability to use his body even against guys that are a lot taller. He is a frustrating guy for great scorers to play against.
Now, he brought a lot to the NBA, but haven't the Thunder done a good job developing that kid?
Well, they have, and look, they've got other great defenders too, like Jalen Williams.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. It's Wagner atop the key. Bird outside. Just 4 to shoot. Jacks up a 3. His 4th miss of the game. He's made 3. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Detroit. They trail by 3. Pass to Holland. Beasley sets a screen for Hardaway. No good on the 3. Gotten 4 of the first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Van Vliet passes to Christie. Bird with it. 18 feet out. Wagner finds Caruso. Now Van Vliet. Inside. Beasley with the steal. Hardaway for 3. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
On the wing, Bird. He's got 8. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Now, while we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest and how it's shaping up, let's take a look at some of the top candidates emerging as we see here some players who are likely to make the final cut.
Not too shabby of shooters on this list, Kevin. You gotta love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
You look at Bird, and it's him all alone atop the voting. It's pretty much a done deal that he'll be showing off his long-range skills in the three-point contest.
Yep, and he's going to be scary to have to go up against if he's on that day. Nobody can shoot it like he can when he gets in a groove.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase this year. Some incredible shooters, that's for certain. We'll keep you updated as we find out more.
Yeah, and I think we're in for a real treat. I think the increased importance of the three-point shot in today's game has really shined a light on the talent, precision, and really the wow factor of how these guys can drill the long ball.
Here's Cunningham following the basket by Larry Bird. Beasley for 3 hits the three-point bomb. Beasley's got 7 points in the game.
Well, Cunningham has such a great feel for the game. Reads his teammates' movements really well.
Pass to Bull. And here's Bird from downtown. Rebounded by Hardaway. And it's Beasley in the corner. Cunningham with it. And here's Stewart. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
Well, I want to see more of this from Duren. Nice effort using his size to make an impact defensively.
The Pistons trailer. After a solid rookie campaign, Coach, Jalen Duren had a breakout sophomore year.
Well, Kevin, Jalen Duren knows who he is. Averaging a double-double, but he stays within himself. Doesn't take very many jump shots, shot well over 60%, and he has got a great motor.
And this is what you like about Miller. He has great range from three, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. These are the top distributors of the basketball for the last 10 games, as shown on the 2K leaderboard. In the third spot, Fred VanVleet.
And those games have seen him dropping more dimes than you might have thought possible.
Hardaway against Miller. And Hardaway gets it to go. Hardaway has got his second bucket of the night.
He's known for his jump shot, but Hardaway isn't afraid to mix it up inside.
Miller with the ball. His last outing with 20 points. Rebound by the Pistons. Now here is Hardaway. Stewart. And the dunk by Stewart.
Thunderous jam from Stewart.
Miller surveying the floor. Out to Bird. They double team Bird. Back to Miller. Just 5 to shoot. That one doesn't drop.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option there.
Pass to Holland. Shoots the three. No good. He's missed 3, and he's made 4 of his 7. Bird passes to Miller. Back to Bird. Here's VanVleet. Bird outside. Over Beasley. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Bird's got 12 in the game.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Holland, no good. Gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter. Up over 50%. Kicks it out to VanVleet. They get it back. Bird outside. Tries again. It's hauled in by Stewart. The Pistons have gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. Cunningham against VanVleet. Beasley right side. They get a hand on it. Cole with it. Beasley covering. It's Miller on the wing. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Now here's Beasley. Pass to Cunningham. The Pistons working the ball around now. And here's Miller. Covered by Cunningham.
And you watch Miller, he keeps the defense on its heels. They don't know what he's going to do.
It's his first trip to the line.
Miller taking 2 shots.
ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. You know, Stan, we hear all the time about after timeout plays. About how many of those do teams really have at their disposal?
Well, you certainly have to have a few, Kevin. Coaches vary in their philosophy. Some coaches will draw them up on the fly. I was one, like a lot of guys, who wanted to have things that we've worked on that then we could go to. But that just depends on who you've got, how smart your guys are, how quickly they pick things up.
Gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. To the paint. Here's Durant. And it's blocked.
Well, his block numbers might not always show it, but Stewart is a strong defender who alters a lot of shots.
Good work there as it goes. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Well, their defense has been really impressive, especially the number of blocks they've managed to get. It's not easy to keep denying guys at the rim.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
Here's Bird. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Bird's got 14 points.
Well, this is shaping up to be a special night for him. Started out well and is only turning it up here in quarter 2.
Cunningham against Van Vliet. Harris a screen on Van Vliet. Stewart misses.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Stolen by Bird. There's 1:59 left in the first half. Back to Bowl. Stewart with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Cunningham. Duran pulls it in. Duran's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Bird looking it over. From past the arc. Bull. And the dunk by Bull.
That's just too easy for Ball. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
Here is Cunningham. 6 points for him. Pass to Ivy. Back to Cunningham. And Harris wide open. He shoots. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
1:06 left now here in the second. Duran the pass to Van Vliet. Now Bird. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Van Vliet. Fires the 3. A three-pointer is right on target. 6 points for him.
And how about that answer from Van Vliet?
Pass to Stewart. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Duran. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest. Going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Here's Cunningham with nobody on him. He buries the jumper. And it's 8 points for Cade Cunningham. Gone 4-7 on three-point shots in the second quarter. Thompson against Bird. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Well, he has owned this quarter. A major reason they're up right now.
Harris outside. Back to Cunningham. And he uses the glass on the layup. Cunningham's got 10 points.
Well, with the size that Cunningham has, he is a real handful inside.
Here's Van Vliet. He has 6. On the wing, Bird. Over Thompson. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. They're up by 1. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Greetings, Shaq, Kenny, and EJ here as we tip off the show with a look at our midseason Eastern Conference standings.
I think for Detroit, they're frustrated, and you can understand their frustration. They were expected to be good this year. Their fan base was fired up, but it just hasn't come together.
Once they gain position underneath the backboard, it's hard to push them out of there.
And even when they don't have position, they have guys who will knife in and steal rebounds, like you're stealing a piece of that cake over there, Kenny.
That's good, too.
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. The backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. Thompson and Harris are their forwards, and it's Stewart in at center. And that's the group for J.B. Bickerstaff as we begin the second half. And stolen by Miller. And it's Miller with the jam.
Add that to the highlight reel for Miller. I'm sure it'll grow quickly.
Pistons trail by 3. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. Tobias Harris, over the course of his career, has played a lot at both forward positions. He says, I'm comfortable playing both of them. I'm not big on the position thing. I'm versatile. Kevin, he's just a basketball player and a very, very good one.
I would agree, David. I know you like him. We like him as well. A very skilled one at that. Thank you very much. First free throw is good. And we're seeing some big paydays for NBA head coaches these days, Stan. Do you miss it?
Do I miss the paychecks?
Yeah,
payday was always really good in the NBA. No question about that.
What about now, though? What about now?
Well, it's gone through the roof. But look, the trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security, Kevin.
Bird outside. Over Thompson. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Bird's got 18 points.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Now here is Harris. Here's Stewart. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Stewart's got 4 this quarter.
Well, this is where Stewart should look to score. He can be very effective down low.
Now Van Vliet. He's got 6. Pass to Bull. Bird with it. Now Duran. Guarded by Stewart. 4 on the clock. And the dunk by Bull.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And, guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
And they call an illegal screen here.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
And here's Miller. He's got 8. Bird outside. Pass to Bull. Back to Miller. Van Vliet outside. No good from outside. Pistons trail by 3. Cunningham for 3. Bird pulls it in. Bird's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Shoots from the corner. Detroit with the rebound.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Ivy. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Larry Bird.
And you can see that quick twitch athleticism. Ivy is likely to spend a lot of time at the line in this league.
As the son of two professional athletes, Stan, Jaden Ivey was raised around sports. He knows the culture.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Kevin. His grandfather and father both played professional football. His mom played in the WNBA. She's now a college coach, but she also spent some time as an assistant with the Grizzlies. This guy has had sports from the time he was born.
A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Detroit. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Thursday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Miami Heat.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
First one falls for him. And so he hits both. Thompson with it. And timeout call by J.B. Bickerstaff. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Here's a look at some of the stats for Cade Cunningham.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Count it. Good. Bird's got 4 points in the quarter. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. It's a 5-point game. Now, here's Thompson. Stewart, a screen for Ivy. For the 3. Christie with the rebound.
Not a great start to the second half. Just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
Thompson against Caruso. Here's Harris. Misses the baby hook.
They've come out a little cold after that halftime break. Just 1 of 5 from the field to start the third quarter.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
And always a bit of risk on those long passes. Lucky the D couldn't come up with it there.
Bird against Harris. Shot's good from Bird. Bird's got 22.
These are the kinds of shots that get Bird going. When he makes these contested shots, he enjoys talking some trash as well.
Now, here's Stewart. He has 7. In the corner, it's Harris. Detroit, no good that time either.
You have to be willing to pass in those situations. That was a low percentage shot.
A nice shot by Bird.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Cunningham finds Thompson. Bird against Harris. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And that mid-range jumper, Harris's go-to shot before he developed the consistency from range.
Now here's Bird. Goes back up. Nice touch on the shot from close range. Bird's got 11 points in the quarter.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Harris outside. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And so far, Harris is having his way on offense. The defense just has not found an answer for his energy on that end.
Now here's Caruso. Pass to Christie. Caruso, a screen on Cunningham. On the wing, Bird. 5 to shoot. Over Harris. And it's Bird missing. Pistons trail by 8. Harris dishes to Cunningham. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists now in this one.
And the strength of Cunningham. Fantastic job there scoring on the defense.
Here's Christie. He has 6. Bird is screen on Cunningham. Christie the pass to Bird. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Bird's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Detroit's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Harris kicks to Ivy. Drills it from outside. Ivy's got 10 points in the game.
And if Ivy can hit that shot with consistency, it really makes him a tough cover.
Bird against Harris. Pass to Christie. Bird against Harris. Bird can't hit.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Thompson dishes to Harris. And Thompson kicks to Ivy. Pistons passing it around. Here's Harris. Larry Bird grabs the miss. Bird's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Wagner left side. A wide open look here for Caruso. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Caruso's got his second basket of the night.
Well, when he's able to find a shot he likes, Caruso can be pretty effective from range.
Down low, here's Cunningham, and then Cunningham with the dunk.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard, that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
Pass to Caruso. Bird outside, the 3. The rebound by Ivy.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Nice defense from Wagner. Gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Christie. Caruso kicks to Bird. Over Stewart. And it's Bird missing. And it's Harris with the ball for the Pistons. They trail by 6.
I can't think of a shot or move that Larry Bird doesn't have in his arsenal.
Here's Cunningham. 14 points for him. Pass to Harris. Cunningham outside. Inside. It's picked off. On the wing, Bird. He's covered by Thompson. Shot's good from Bird.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
Here is Cunningham. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. Up and in on the layup. Cunningham's got 6 here in this quarter.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Now, here's Wagner. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. To the wing right side. Here's Christie. Buries the long-range jumper. Christie's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Nice instincts by Wagner there. He knows when he should look to pass it.
Pistons trail by 11. We've got 1:48 left in the third. And stolen by Caruso. It's good. Caruso's got 7 points in the game.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Pass to Thompson. Harris outside. On the wing, Thompson. And a miss there on the triple.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Bird can't hit. And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. So Detroit ends up going with the new group. While we have a break in the action, now let's check out the league's best shooting teams.
Just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
Pistons trail by 13. Schroeder looking around. Pass to Beasley. Here's the three. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Here's Christie. He's got 9. Now here's Dosunmu. Off target from three-point range. Here's Holland. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. 11 points in the game. 54% since they had a chance to talk things over at halftime. They're looking locked in out there now. Dosunmu, the pass to Okoro. Now Watford. Kicks it out to Wagner. 4 on the shot clock. The layup off target. Outside Hardaway. Here's Schroeder. From outside off the mark. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Up 11. Live from Little Caesars Arena. You're watching 2K Sports. And while we can now, let's take a look at today. State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Alex Caruso out there at Bowl. Then it's Fred VanVleet. Then it's Duren. And it's Miller in at the 2. Outside Hardaway. And the lead is down inside single digits. Hardaway has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Pistons. Now Caruso. Pass to Bowl. Back to Caruso. Reed with the steal. Hardaway with it. And it's Miller picking him up. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
First team foul. At the line for your Pistons. Holland, 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. Here's Van Vliet. Miller outside. Over Hardaway. Miller, no up.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense on him.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Bull can't hit. Pistons trail by 7. Beasley kicks to Holland. Read a screen to the inside. Got a piece of it. Miller outside. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. And that one, good.
And more than just a jump shooter, Miller's very good around the rim. A rare quality for a wing these days.
Pass to Beasley. 3-pointer. Duren pulls it in. Gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's Miller. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Shooting for the away team. Miller, 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Detroit making a switch here. That one is no good.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And now the incomparable David Aldridge has an update for us on Asar Thompson. David, what's the news?
Well, guys, I had a moment to catch up with the Pistons' head athletic trainer. Told me it's a sprained ankle. Of course, those can be tricky. Right in the thick of the season, this is a major blow. We'll see how this group of players responds going forward. Back to you guys.
David, thanks for checking in. On top of it as always.
It's interesting. Even with the advancements in strength and conditioning, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
Here's Klintman. Pass to Beasley. Launches a 3. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound.
And then they continue to control the glass.
There's the lob to Duren. It's stolen. Poked away. Van Vliet with it. Beasley covering. And Duren slams it in.
What timing on the alley-oop from Duren. That speaks to the chemistry and connection he has with his guys.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. They set the pick, and Fred Van Vliet is going to pick up a foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Kay Cunningham's checked in for Detroit.
Number 2, Kay Cunningham.
Here's Hardaway. Pass to Klintman. Hardaway against Miller. Pulls it up. Hardaway, no good.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
Van Vliet outside. Bowles setting the pick for Van Vliet. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 6. Caruso finds Duren. Missed inside. Pistons trail by 10. Cunningham outside. And he banks in the layup.
Well, Cunningham, offensively, he can hurt you in so many ways, and he's got it all working tonight.
Gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. And here is Caruso. Duren with a screen on Beasley. Caruso, the pass to Duren. That one good for 2. 10 points here for Jalen Duren.
And Caruso is just a high IQ player. Excellent at knowing when to get it to a teammate.
Cunningham against Van Vliet. It's blocked. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And a block like that sends a message. One that says we're not giving up this lead.
Cunningham inside, covered by Van Vliet. Cunningham gets the bucket.
Cunningham is not shy about mixing it up down low. He's got a great feel around the rim.
Bull, the pass to Van Vliet. Ivy against Miller. To the paint. It's tipped and stolen by Ivy. Cunningham right side. And it's Beasley. That time in the assist by Cunningham. Cunningham's got assist number 5 here tonight. Gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. And Van Vliet, here we go. Greg, what's the key thing Fred Van Vliet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
Tobias Harris is checked in for the Pistons. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And, you know, it takes an intelligent player to match up with bigger guys and win. Fred VanVleet is that player. He can outsmart guys who have, on paper, the advantage.
Here's Stewart. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Jalen Duren.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
And the first one at the line is good.
A 2020 first-round pick. Isaiah Stewart is a load at 6'8", 250. Is very intense. He's a guy you want on your side.
Hitting straight 49% from the field. Miller outside. Bird passes to Bull. Great play by Bird to set it up.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Pass to Ivy. 6 feet out. That one misses. Great D that time from Bird.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Bull, that's good.
And guys, this is kind of Bull's role. He's out there to score, and he does it in a variety of ways.
Ivy finds Thompson. To the middle. Here's Cunningham. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got 11 rebounds in the game. Bird, the pass to Van Vliet. Bird outside. Pass to Bull. Rebound by the Pistons. Stewart's got 6 rebounds in the game. Driving inside. Down low. Out to Harris. The tray. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Pass to Bull. Back to Van Vliet. Bull the pass to Van Vliet. On the wing, Bird. Stolen by Thompson. It's stolen by Duren. Bird with the bucket.
And with that three, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Cunningham with it. Harris outside. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
He has become a pure shooter. And from mid-range, Harris is deadly.
Now here's Van Vliet. Miller finds Bird. And the layup's good off the glass. Bird's got 38 points.
My goodness, what a move there to lose the defender. Got him on his heels, and then he made it look easy from there on in.
Here's Cunningham. Cans it from short range.
Well, he's always on the hunt. Cunningham's next shot is never far off.
Here's Miller. Rebound by the Pistons. Bird kicks to Miller. Bird left side. Shot clock at 5. Over Thompson. Shot's good from Bird. Bird's got 7 now in this quarter.
And I'm not really sure that's the time for the fadeaway, but he sure can make it count.
Cunningham. And there it is for him.
Well, that's where Cunningham does his best work, from the free throw line down.
Gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Cunningham against Van Vliet. Bird a screen on Ivy. Miller the pass to Bird. Over Thompson. Another shot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Cade Cunningham.
Well, you feel for the defense there. Duren is just a beast inside.
And he knocks down the first one.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
And both free throws good for Duren. And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. During that last break, I listened in to J.B. Bickerstaff's huddle. He warned them they've got to get back in transition. He said they've given up way too many fast break points, and he said we have to slow the pace of the game down and force them into taking some tough shots. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David.
Well, pretty much a 6'6" point guard. Cade Cunningham was the first pick in the draft because of his playmaking. Rare for someone of his size.
And loving the strategy. Even though you're well ahead, you want to stay in attack mode.
Yeah, you got to keep going at him. You don't want to leave any hope for a comeback.
One shot.
And that one misses. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. It's a 10-point game. Cunningham's shot is off. Gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Bird passes to Duren. Great play by Bird to set it up. Bird's got assist. Number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Time running out for the Pistons. Cunningham Cunningham up top. Bull covering. Lets it fly. Cunningham's shot is off. The field, they're clicking. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Bird misses.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. Bull finds Van Vliet. There's 1:17 left to play in the final quarter. Shot's good from Bird.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Here's Van Vliet after the basket by Detroit. Bird outside, lets the three fly, hands it from downtown. Bird's got 46 points.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Now, here's Thompson. Harris passes to Ivy. Fires away from way outside. Duran pulls it in. Bull setting the pick for Bird. Got a piece of it. 6 to shoot. Duran sets the screen for Bird. And Duran slams it in.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
And here's Bird for three. Missed. The visiting club takes the win on the road. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up. So, for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Larry Bird.